going to find out that jumping on is a lot easier than jumping off. Wow!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know. The air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in to the old ThinkStopper. We are back again, hitting the ground running, doing the good deed, doing the Lord's work, as at least I try to do. Let me give you a little slack over there. See, look.
Terrific.
As I say, it looked like it was a little tight on the line there. But, guys, you know who it is. It's your boy Trez Malin. We're sitting here shotgun with Mikey Slyman.
Yo.
We're going to get into it. We got a great little show here for you. First of all, guys, I just want to say thank you for your patience. We've had a lot going on. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. We're actually going to have to redo a podcast.
It's crazy how that happens.
Yeah, dude, I fucked off and accidentally erased it, or I don't know. I can't find. We may never even hit record.
Yeah.
I'm making sure we hit record on this. I see the fucking red light, so we're good. But yeah, dude. So we're gonna have to do that. But I just want to say thanks, guys, for sticking it out, especially with me traveling and having to do all this shit, dude. Mikey's busy. We're looking to build a team over here, but yeah, we got a good thing going on, man. We've been having some fun. We did we got a couple recordings in the books, and so we're gonna be getting those out. And this is one of those. This is kind of like one of those opportunities that kind of fell in our lap because it just rolls into like the last conversation we had with Hannah.
Yep.
And even though there's a podcast in between that we're going to come out, but this is going to really kind of like pull together as far as the paranormal is concerned. Because our guest today, we have Josh from Tramontana Media over here, and as well as Jim from Westness Films. And they're collaborating together, they're working together on putting together a series on Haunted Vegas.
That's correct.
Series over here. And it's going to be about the paranormal. It's going to be about the crazy stories of paranormal stuff and also probably just known legends of Vegas or maybe even the state of Nevada. Josh is going to get into a lot of stuff about it, but over here. But yeah, we're kicking it off. This is the start of it over here. So real quick though, I just want to say, Jim, has anybody ever told you have like a Big Show voice or presence like from wrestling? You have a professional wrestler's like presence, dude.
I actually had a woman approach me, and her special needs child was a big fan of Big Show.
Oh, really, dude?
And she's like, "Will you pretend to be the Big Show?" And I'm like, "Man."
Oh wow, dude! That's heartbreaking.
So I did. And,
hey, you know what, dude? And it's an impression.
It was. I was wrestling with it. I'm lying to the kid or whatever. But you know what? How happy he was, and
it came through. Hey. So how much did you put in your pocket for that deal?
No, I did it. I did it for free, and I got to keep the leotards.
Oh, the leotards.
The kid. You got to keep the kid.
Yeah.
I got to keep his kidneys. That was part of the deal. We that was a little organ harvesting on the deal. No, right on, dude. No, but dude, right when I first met you, I was like, "Oh, dude, I get the Big Show going right on over here."
He's the little one in the group.
Yeah, I'm the medium show.
Well, you know what's funny too is when I met you, I was like, I didn't know at first if you said Tim or Jim, and I was like, because he's got that deep voice, he got that
I'm just M.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to address that, dude, because I might refer to you as the Big Show during any time.
That's quite all right. I've been called that frequently, so that's all right. He's a cool guy.
Right on. Yeah.
From what
yeah.
I heard.
Well, yeah. He's like lost like a grip of weight too. He's like everybody's doing keto now.
Is he the one? No, he's not the one doing the yoga stuff, is he? That's Dallas Page, right?
Yeah, DDP.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, everything's changing.
And Jake is there. Yeah. We just went from talking. We're gonna go paranormal. Yeah.
What happened to
Yoga.
snapping a Slim Jim? No, I mean, I'm talking about the wrestlers. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just the times, like, you know, the keto, oh my God, I'm a vegan all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? You're talking about the wrestlers, right? How?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no.
Like,
that's
these
the
are
whole
like
thing.
men. These are the guys we used to look up to when we were kids, and, you know? And
Pure machismo.
now they're eating
Yeah.
fucking vegan salads, and you know, it's like whatever happened to snap into a Slim Jim, you know?
No, yeah, no. Well,
Things are
Times are
changing.
changing.
Times are
Times are
changing.
changing.
Exactly.
Did you have a chance to see the little teaser we put out on the?
I did. I did catch a little bit of that where we had. So
Trevor's having Facebook issues right now.
I am. I'm off. Well, I can see. This is the terror. This is the worst part about. I've been banned from Facebook for like over a week now, and the thing is because it's
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I can see, but I
jail.
can't. I can see, but I can't like comment or anything. But no.
That's like going to a strip
So
club.
you guys did. This is the thing that I remember the most is the
swing,
the park, and the swing over here. So, do you want to dress it up, or who wants to dress? Who wants to down?
Yeah,
Josh.
we'll go.
Josh's gonna. Okay, so Josh's gonna set the scene. He's gonna set the tone here.
So basically, when you're dressing the teaser, correct?
Yes.
So with the teaser, we wanted to give people an idea, a vision of what is to come in October, and that is one of the most popular stories in Las Vegas is the Fox Ridge Park. And the legend goes, you know, we did a lot of research, and a lot of the officials will say that no boy was ever murdered or hit by a drunk driver near the park. And
Wait, time out real quick. How long have you been in town?
I'm born and raised.
Born and raised in Vegas.
34 years.
10 years.
10 years. Okay, for Jim. Josh's been here, born and raised, and you said how
34.
long? 34. Mikey's
Born and raised. 37 years.
I've been here for 26, going on 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41. Kengo, 12 years for KO.
Yep.
Okay, so groundwork set here as far as like I personally just found out about this when Mikey was bringing it up.
Yeah.
On the him and Hannah on the last.
We talked.
pod.
It's weird because like when I saw your thing, we did it. We talked about it on a podcast like literally like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks
Fox
ago.
Ridge?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Because we were talking about ghost stuff and all that, and I brought it up, and we were actually going to leave here and go check it out, and it didn't happen. And then, like I said, we just were talking about who we're going to trying to get guests together and stuff like that. And then I saw your thing. I was like, oh shoot.
Well, I mean, the news covers it every year. So, I mean, every year. And during Halloween, they'll do, I mean, you can Google it later. I said, just Google Las Vegas ghosts, Las Vegas most haunted. Fox Ridge Park will always be on that list. Always. And it's crazy because it is a legend because nobody knows if a little boy really did get hit and struck by a drunk driver. The legend goes he was enjoying his afternoon with his family. And he went to chase his ball into the street, and that. I mean, in that area right there, it's
Especially back in the day. I mean, like, how long is this supposed to have happened?
well. I met a guy the other day, and he's been here for over 30 years, and he said he knew the story 30 years ago. Now I'm 34, so the story was around then.
How long has the park been there?
That's the thing, and I think it's been there for. I have to find that.
I couldn't tell you.
But that's what the guy was saying. We still as we're working on it, we're still digging into the.
Oh, that's mine. Wow.
Wow, dude.
Oh, look,
Like
hey,
that,
Mo.
dude.
Wow.
Angels.
You know what? A little way too much of that.
The crackheads, right? They saw you get out of the car, and they're like, "We're not touching that."
Too much ghosts.
That's crazy.
Too much Fox Ridge Park, man.
Yeah, thank you, universe. That was.
See if you can find out like
I'll dig it up while you guys talk.
on the length of that, because that doesn't necessarily mean that it had to happen when that park was there. It could have something could have happened in that area, and and it manifests at that park. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I always look at that too. But as the story goes, it was a park. He was at the park, and he chased his ball into the road. A drunk driver was turning a corner, and hit him, killed him.
It's a house and it's a park in like a neighborhood now, right?
Yeah,
right.
And here's the thing though, with the park, the whole thing that makes people go there and what makes it famous is because this boy people see him at midnight. It has to be midnight. So people come from all over the United States, even the world, who know about Fox Ridge, will go to this park in Henderson and will wait at midnight for the swing and to see a little boy. People have taken pictures. They've gotten weird lights, orbs, weird things that mess with their cameras when they're only on the swing. And if you look at the little boy in the eyes, he's said to turn demonic and then disappears. He vanishes. So, but this is the thing. If it is a legend, because I've done my paranormal investigating throughout the United States even. I've worked with ghost hunters. I've worked with professionals in the field. So we always try to debunk everything before we say, "Oh, it's a
right."
ghost,
Yeah,
it's
you
a
got to
ghost."
go in. You got to go in with the full blown.
We have
other
we have
side.
everything. Yeah,
you have to go
have
100% the other side. You have to be, even if you're an asshole about it.
Yeah.
You have to be. Yeah, you have to go with the other side, because when you go and present this, they'll fucking fillet you.
Oh God, yeah.
Any fucking chance they get. You know what I mean? Like any opening, they'll fucking. Yeah,
so personally,
Absolutely.
we've been to the park. We were gonna investigate.
That's what turned me into a conspiracy theorist.
funny.
I tried to argue the other side, and all of a sudden I was like, well, fuck, that's actually the right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find out how old the park is, and I came across the Yelp for it. And people are giving the park bad Yelp reviews based on it being haunted and based on the fact that they didn't have a good experience.
They didn't have a good experience because it was haunted.
Look at this one, 1-star review. Haunted my ass.
It could be an urban legend, I mean,
That's just so fucking. That's just so
And
wrong.
that's the thing,
dude.
like,
read the whole review.
Hold on. So, wait.
The 1-star.
Okay, the 1-star lame haunted my ass. And ass was a $. This place is like any other park with a lot of kids playing.
Sounds like it should get a 5-star review.
yeah.
Well, listen, any other, it
Nobody
should be the other
knows.
way.
No.
But
Nobody
it's funny,
knows.
like it should be the other way. 1-star review, why? Because it's fucking haunted.
There's no
You
kids.
know what I mean? Not because it's
Right.
not haunted. What's wrong with these people?
There's-
Made it a point to say that,
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. There's people passed out with needles in their arms. And come on, dude. It's a good wholesome American park.
It's a good story. It's a good story. I don't know if it's true or not, and I can't say, oh, it is haunted, or even if I am doing a haunted Nevada, haunted Vegas show. So, but for me to cover stories that are so popular and to bring that to life, and so people can really visualize what this story is, instead of hearing about it and through, the phone game, everybody, the story changes through different person to person. I want to bring the stories to life, and I'm doing as much research as possible beforehand. So we just put out a little itty bitty teaser. I used my son. My kids are amazing. I have 3 kids, and
They're a great resource.
My daughter is like an actress already. It's nuts.
Amazing.
This guy is. We just got a great team, and it's funny because it's my kids and Jim. We got a great casting agent in L.A., Dawn Yosef. She'll be coming down. We're gonna do a casting call, try to get some people to tell their stories, their haunted Vegas stories.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna bring that to life. They'll reenact the stories we like the best. My business
She
partner
gets you
Tiffany
Hannah, but-
Wilkerson's on board.
Well, she's not Vegas though, but yeah. What's this we're looking at? Is that the Bambinos?
This is another little reenactment. This is his daughter.
I feel like I should be looking at the other TV in the back. Like, I don't know. This is creepy, dude.
Yeah, we got some.
Well,
things
like
to
you were
fix
saying,
on
though,
that.
it's an investigation, right? You're doing.
I'm not investigating anything.
You're just going based on the urban legends.
Yeah, I spent 2 years. I'm storytelling, so I spent 2 years really investigating. I went to the Goldfield Hotel in the basement by myself
Nice.
when nobody
Wow.
could get in there. I by chance bumped into the owner,
Oh, wow.
and he's like, "Hey, you want to come in?"
Jesus.
I got video of it. It's all on my Affliction Paranormal YouTube channel. It's called Affliction Paranormal. But so we really stepped our game up as far as the filming goes, and
Nice.
I got a great
Dude.
sponsor, the Centennial Wellness Center in
Perfect.
Centennial. They're a chiropractor office, and Danielle Buddha. She's
Dude,
a
that's
chiropractor.
creepy.
She's on her own Centennial Wellness Center, and she sponsored me. She believes in the show. She thinks it's going to do great, and she wanted to see it realized. So I can't tell you how many messages I received after posting.
Dude, I was gonna say, if you're doing reenactment, what fucking Jim just showed me over here was epic, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously,
The one
dude, that was.
where I'm the scary ghost.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
standing
mean,
in the thing and the kid in the bed pulling the sheets or the covers over.
it's
you
about
know,
a
like,
man. It's actually a true story about a little girl who is a man that haunts her.
Is it like the Slender Man?
Here
No,
in
I
Vegas.
know that's
Everything's
not
here in
it.
Vegas, right? Or
Slightly
Nevada?
overweight man with a hoodie.
I want to tell more of the story. I got to wait until it comes out in October. But it is creepy. And the little girl, she's now older, and she's talking back on her night terrors.
Talking
and
back
stuff
as far as like she's pulling away from the story, or she's
Reminiscing.
talking
Her
about it now.
memories.
Remember,
she's-
Oh,
going back
she's-
in time.
We're
She's
bringing
doing
her
like
life.
no. Part of that. No, is anything? Have you ever worked with like? Have you done any like? Worked with like a hypnotist with like any kind of like regression? What is it? Regressive? You know, or the past life stuff, or
You know
try
what's
to-
funny? I just went to dinner the other night with a good friend of mine, and his new girlfriend. And this. I swear to God, I'm actually gonna do a live video on this one because this is really creepy. What I'm about to tell you. My father, my real dad, passed away when I was 3. We were in a car accident in Beatty, Nevada. We were driving home. The truck rolled 4 times. We all should have been dead. But me, my brother, my sister, my mom, my grandpa survived. My dad passed in that accident.
Wow.
Now,
Sorry to hear that, dude.
yeah, thank you. It's weird how things work out, but I'll tell you what, nobody knows how me and my brother, we drive back and forth from up Nevada to Oregon all the time because he lives in Oregon. And we always say that we're protected. Me and my kids, my brother, we always say we're protected from my dad.
Right.
He watches us in the car. No, I've never told anybody that before. It's just something we say.
Mhm.
I was at dinner the other night, and this lady asked about my dad. I never told her, hey, my dad died. You know, I'm having dinner. We're eating Italian Sunday dinner. And, so she brought that up. And then she said, I feel like there's a reason. She's like, I have a feeling your dad is always with you in a car. She's like, in a car. Does that mean anything to you?
She's a clairvoyant. She's
I don't know. She's a medium.
okay. Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay. Now I'm like, all right.
That stuff creeps me out, dude.
Let me-
'Cause
yeah,
they're always dead on too.
I love that stuff,
Yeah.
dude.
But I've never experienced. Okay, so I've been to some of the most haunted places, and I've gotten stuff that you would not believe, like that nobody would even believe me. But I know it's because I captured it. But I've never had a medium before that I really, because I'm like, okay, I'm a skeptic too, even with that.
Right, yeah.
But how the hell would she know that? And then she even said something about my grandmother. Me and my grandma were like this, and she said, it was amazing the stuff she knew, that there's no way. And the first night that I met her, we just sat down to eat some pasta, some chicken parm, and she knows what my dead family's, what going on and what's happening, and you know what I'm saying? So that's
right.
a little, what do you do? That's like, what do you say?
That's deep.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, I've run into a couple people like that, and they've called me out on some stuff that's been true, and I've been like, how long you been watching me for? You know what I mean? Like, what research have you done? This
The
is
camera's
crazy.
out of my house.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know what's sad is like when I've had that shit happen to me, it was long before any kind of social media, dude. So they like nailed it. I was like, I was like, it's a parlor trick, dude.
That's crazy.
But I will say this though, the chick was wrong because one of the things that she said, she was like, like you seem straight, you'll like never be happy, and I'm like, I'm always happy, like, you know what I mean, like
You'll never be. I hate when people tell you that. When
Well-
psychics and shit tell you that stuff.
well, yeah, she, and
You're
I
gonna
don't
be
know
broke forever.
everything else she said, and even if I was broke, I don't fucking care, you know what I mean? Like, but like I definitely wasn't supposed to be here. I died at a very young age, and I was brought back to life. So like everything is a fucking great experience to me.
Yeah,
Like
right?
I don't. I get hung up on everyday shit, but I mean, ultimately, like, fucking, I'm, there's something else here. There's something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
You were declared dead and brought back?
Yeah, dude, when I was like, before my second birthday, I drowned in a pool, fucking fell in. I walked in on the tarp, fell down, and the tarp went back over, and they couldn't find me.
Oh God.
And it was probably about maybe after 10, or so minutes, they finally discovered me down at the thing. And they pulled me up. They had to actually get the girl across the street to come get me because my grandma that found me couldn't swim. So she had to. So she pulled me out, and then her and my grandma, they took shifts in resuscitating me.
That is insane.
And then they brought me back, but
Do you remember any of it at all?
no. I do have I want to say I have these visions or these things, but I've always just I always felt like that's just because I've always just vibrated different, so I always just felt like I was just on a different kind of thing. I don't know, but things have happened, and people are like, oh, whatever. But I was like, well, you know what? I'm not like you. I've actually been dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You actually have powers.
You know what I mean? I've been dead before.
That's interesting.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Was that?
I told you about the number 11.
Yeah, right. Is that part of my sign? I don't know. I'm talking to O right now.
That's crazy though, right? Because I mean, I don't remember. I haven't memories either. But I mean, shit. I was a 3-year-old that flew out of a window of a fucking truck in the middle of Beatty, Nevada, in 1987. You know what I mean? Everybody should have been dead.
Right.
So it's weird though because I don't have any memories. I do have memories of afterwards though. When I moved, I stayed with my grandmother with my family in Brooklyn, New York, and I do have memories of that, but I don't have any memories of
the accident laying in the street or being rescued or picked up. Or
is it sick that I want to reenact my I don't want to. I don't know. It's weird. I want to have
not at all, dude.
No,
I mean,
man,
it's a pretty crazy,
Could bring you some
incredible
closure.
story.
I was gonna say, you might find a piece to the puzzle that you didn't normally, you couldn't put together until you the critical eye. I think about it all the time,
Right?
I think about it all the time, but my whole thing is I also think about that psychic that medium when she told me that, and I was like, and it was just at the bar. It wasn't like I paid for. It wasn't like anything serious.
Yeah,
she just came up. She's doing all the palm stuff, and she nailed me as far as my sex life and all stuff, and it wasn't like a sex, but it was about girls that I loved and relationships, I was like, whoa, she fucking nailed the time frame, you know what I mean? She really nailed this one girl that I really, really liked, and she was like, yeah, she just wasn't, she wasn't secure about you, she was dealing with other pressures and stuff. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this shit? You know what I mean? I was like, that's the same shit she told me, you know what I mean?
And it's before social media.
Way before.
Yeah,
this,
so
we're talking this was in 99.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? This is in you know what I mean?
NSYNC was just getting famous.
You know what I mean? This is and yeah, and she was talking about a girl that I had that I was dating in high school when I first moved out here. Is this girl from Hawaii that I was really, really into, and she was just and it was kind of like my thing. I grew up in California, where Howley is my fucking N-word. You know what I mean? You call me a fucking Howley, it's fucking that's the most fucking racial thing you can say to me, and I'm not even full white, so I shouldn't even bother
my
me,
wife
but,
is one.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she was just I just can't. She's Filipino Hawaiian. She was like, I can't be with a Howley. And I was like, it killed me, dude. Fucking absolutely destroyed me, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It hurt, yeah.
Mine
And
is
she knew
Filipino Hawaiian.
Yeah, my wife's black and Filipino, so.
That's a good mix.
Yeah, it's fucking a lot of violence. A lot of
It's
violence.
a really good breed.
It's a lot of anger.
Sounds aggressive.
Yeah. Great cooking.
Yeah, right.
The loving's good, but you always see Kingo.
Obedience
You always see
issues.
Kingo with the blade. He's always got an edge, dude.
He's
It's
ready.
I usually always
He's
carry
a
my
warrior,
firearm.
man. This is a warrior right here.
No, I got. I'm not gonna tell it.
No, go ahead. We'll pass the statute of limitations.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is awesome.
He's her.
Listen to this. Back in the day, when we did different things. Anyways, I was watching O's Lounge at the time, and it was late.
Oh, this
and
is
we
back
had
in the lounge, the hookah
this is
lounge.
back in the day.
Before the one I had one in the commercial center.
Speaking of, that one was fucking haunted. Me and Blaze. Anyways, we'll get to that. So there's this big essay that comes in, and this guy's straight fresh out of prison, just got off the fucking Greyhound, and he doesn't know where to go, don't know what to do to himself. He's drunk, and he's sitting inside the lounge, and I'm in the back working, right? I'm smoking hookah, I'm working, And the girls come up and like, hey, there's this guy. He's acting real funny around us. I think he's fucked up. You know, we're not even supposed to drink in there anyways. So, you know, can you ask him to leave? And, you know, I grew up around people like that. Like I knew what was what. And I was nervous. This guy seemed not mentally there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can handle myself. I'm not worried about that. But, you know, it's a scary situation. This guy's just got out of prison. He's not all there.
No one wants a physical altercation
and
unless
I don't
you want
wanna,
a physical altercation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to need backup.
No one needs that disruption in their everyday life,
no.
You know?
I call O. K.O. This motherfucker shows up and is nice. He's got his fedora. I don't know if it's the one I got him for his birthday or not. I like to throw that out there.
That's the
one.
This
beautiful baby blue fedora I got him.
Nice feathers on the side.
Yes, it was gorgeous. But he showed up looking like, you know, the Italian mafioso, la cosa nostra. And and we're both standing there, and O comes and talks. I'd gotten him outside. I told him, hey, the green door's across the street, bro. Let's go. There's naked bitches everywhere, and you know, we'll have a good time. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. You know, and got him excited and got him outside. I just want to get him away from all the people. He was acting funky. So we got him outside, and when O pulled up, he very calmly, very nicely just, you know, started talking to the guy. And the guy started, the guy started mentioning some names back in L.A. And I'll never forget this because K.O. was throwing names out, too, that this guy knew. So now these guys are big guys, the one that K.O.'s throwing out. So now this guy's a little dog. And he's like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Like, oh, yeah. So now it's like, oh, we're best friends. But K.O. is like just keeping an eye on this guy and keeping him flying straight. So I noticed the guy. I mean, I had my firearm on me. I didn't think K.O. had anything on him at the time because I thought, didn't you get rid of the 38 at the time, or you?
There were numerous things around.
He didn't. I never saw it on him.
There were numerous things around.
So I'm like, why does KO have his fucking trench coat, you know, covered up? Is he naked? Like, what's going on? He looks like, seriously, looked like John Gotti in The Winter.
He's coming to the staff meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
So the guy finally says goodbye. Long story short, the guy finally says goodbye. Starts walking towards the green door. Never came back, ever. But it's funny because I remember KO after I was like, where's your pistol? And he lifted up the whole fucking time. I don't know how he did this. He had the Jason Voorhees machete, the biggest goddamn machete I've ever seen in my life, underneath his trench coat the entire time.
There may have been some stains on it still.
No, there were stains on it. So I was like, what the fuck is that?
It may have been used in collections at some point.
Persuasion. Sucks to get macheted in fucking.
But that's not
center.
the
persuader.
That's not the creepy part. The creepy part was when I asked him. I'm like, what the fuck? He just gave me a smile. And that's why I said nowadays, flash forward years later, I'm like, okay, I need a guy who's going to creep the shit out of people for being the host like Robert Stack on Unsolved Mysteries. Who can I fucking ask? Oh, I know. Like, I'll call KO. He's the perfect guy because this guy's been there, done it. I've seen it. Is nobody better to be the host of the show, the Haunted Vegas show.
Agreed.
That is for sure. And you know what's even funnier? Oh, nice. That fucking hat. That hat is.
What do you got there?
He's got the side. He's like, I'm KO.
Hi, I'm KO.
Go ahead, hit it.
And welcome to Fox Ridge Park. Put that in the mic. Put that in the mic.
He needs a howdy partner on that, dude. You need a howdy partner.
You get him a midget.
You need the poodle.
You're like, howdy partner. Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oops. All right. Oh, yeah. Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
All right, ready?
All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm KO, and welcome to Fox Ridge Park.
I love it.
I do too. I think I think he's terrific.
Oh, man, he's gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited to have him on board.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is great because everybody's Zach Bagans is from Vegas. Everybody knows him on Ghost Adventures, and he's a great guy. I have nothing against him. I love his show. I'm a huge fan. I just think that he's really been out of the state, out of Las Vegas. He hasn't, and it's not his fault. The network, says, hey, this is where we're going. This is what we're gonna do, and I'm sure he has a say in it too. But to focus strictly on Las Vegas, Nevada, on the tells, the legends, the mysteries. I'm not just talking about hauntings. I want to cover everything.
So can you talk about some of the other stories you're going to cover?
Real quick, sorry, I'm distracted. My sister just gave birth to my nephew.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Leo Alex Arndt.
Nice.
It's a weird name, Arndt, but
How much you weigh?
7 pounds 9 ounces. 9
Yeah,
grams.
buddy.
So
Yeah.
there you
Big
go.
boy.
Yeah,
Is
she's
it healthy?
got a,
Everything's okay?
Manly.
yeah, she's got a daughter. She's got a boy and a girl now. So boo bam.
It's like Leo Getz.
Leo gets.
Remember Leo Getz? Remember
Yeah, Leo
Watts?
Alex. Leo gets.
Leo gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the perp?
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to. That was just
awesome news.
newsflash coming in on the deal.
Well,
It's official.
what hospital does she give birth?
I don't know. It's in the valley.
I'll tell you how haunted it is.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
tell you how
Yeah.
haunted that place
Tell you a
is.
story about it.
I'll tell you a story about that place.
In the delivery room.
So what other stories are you going to go over? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, please.
I really don't want to.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Fuck with you.
Tell him
That's it.
the
We're
Indian
Yeah,
one,
man.
man.
Wrapping
Indian
that up.
one's
Alright, so-
badass.
You know, what's something that made the cutting room floor? That kind of deal.
Which one?
I'm saying anything that made the cutting room floor that didn't make the chops or something. You want to talk, or maybe
I think Kehoe. I think that's a great
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I think Nevada's first mass murder.
Oh yeah,
Nevada's
we were talking.
boogeyman.
Yeah, right.
He was the boogeyman back then.
Yeah.
So what years was this?
This was right when Boulder Dam was being built.
Okay.
This is-
It was
So-
around the early 1900s, so 190.
No. Boulder Dam was 1931.
Well, this is when they found his body. I mean, yeah, right around when they found his body. That's towards the end of his
No,
life.
he was killing workers.
He was
right?
killing for a while.
Because I work out at the dam, so the dam construction goes from 1931 to 1935.
So they found pieces of the construction site of the Boulder Dam in his cave when they found him.
Okay.
So they knew that he was there when the construction was happening.
So did he? Because didn't they find like his cave in like the 60s? Am I mistaken? Like, well, get the backdrop. I'll just back out of this.
I really don't want to say too much about the story because we're going to cover that in the video. But I do want to say that we are going to cover it. His grave, Cathedral Canyon. Most people don't even know what Cathedral Canyon is. The guy who bought Kehoe's remains buried him, gave him a proper burial in Cathedral Canyon. And Cathedral Canyons, I mean, I don't even know how the hell we found it. We went out there and did a video out there. But it's in the middle of nowhere. And this place back in
it by
1995, it's near Pahrump.
Okay.
So you have to go towards Pahrump, and then you make a left in the desert, and you go all the way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And then you make another right in the middle of nowhere. And there's this place that used to be beautiful before everybody fucked it up. It used to have a replica of the Golden Gate Bridge. Like a mini replica of the Golden Gate. Yes.
What? Where's this?
Paintings everywhere. Waterfall. Lights. Music. They had a fucking full functioning bathrooms. 2 bathrooms.
Where?
And it's in Cathedral Canyon. It's in the middle of the fucking nowhere. Like when we go
Cathedral
out to
Canyon?
film, you can come with us. You want to come with us?
Fuck yeah, I
You
want
come
to
with
come.
us.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's
Alright,
fucking
yeah.
sounds
I'm
amazing.
looking at it all. Like, it's
Cathedral
cruisers.
Canyon?
Yeah, it's
Cathedral
nuts.
Canyon. So some guy did a video in 1995, and it's nuts. Like that's when it was in its heyday. It was beautiful. It was alive. It was gorgeous.
Who was going there? What were they doing out there?
So the owner
Was it just for
he
like
was
tours or something?
He was a huge. I really don't want to say too much, but he was a very rich man.
No, that's
In Vegas.
you can gussy it up. You can gussy it
Yeah.
up, but you don't gotta give it away. You can gussy it
Yeah,
up.
he basically
You can tease.
the Kehoe. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to finesse it a little bit.
Yeah, just the tip.
Kehoe was just the tip. I forgot my condoms, by the way. God damn it! Told you to bring the
no
lube,
worries.
Jim.
I
Jesus
apologize.
Christ.
My bad.
No, we're all dry here. We're all dry.
Yeah,
I'll take some
Kehoe
notes.
was paraded around like an animal. So after he died, I'm not going to say it yet, but there's a saloon, an old school saloon back that bought the remains, paraded him around in the El Dorado days, and made a mockery of him. And he finally, the guy, this really rich man, who was huge here in town, bought the remains for $100, and ended up taking him up to Cathedral Canyon, where he built that huge, beautiful shrine to all sorts of different religions and art, and he buried him up there. I got pictures of his grave here, but there's people who will say that, and you got to think about the story. This guy, he's born with a club foot. He was half white, half Indian. The whites didn't want him. The Indians didn't want him. He was basically a homeless man back then, trying to get by, robbing people,
Just an
killing
outcast,
people.
outlaw type
He was
of
an
guy.
outcast. Yeah, he was a renegade.
Fucking Kimusabi living
Fucking
up in
renegade.
the fucking bell tower.
Yep.
Slicing bitches up as he went. I mean, it was sick. He killed a woman in Nelson. He was last seen downtown Las Vegas. He was last seen.
How many? So what's the spelling of his name?
Quueho. And he was said to killed like 30. And then they blamed like 30 people or 36 people. But they say that a lot of officials say that they blamed him for a lot of murders he didn't commit, just because he was such a bad guy.
Well,
And,
and then also if you did something, you could be like, oh yeah, it was that dude.
back then, yeah, you didn't have
like,
CSI.
They
You didn't
solved
have,
it. It's
You know what I
taken
mean?
care of.
yeah, like
Crazy guy did it.
like why would he come in and choke out your baby rabbits? Like why would he? Like no, Kehoe
Sick
did
fuck.
it. Like,
But you gotta think, like, if you lived a life like that and you were murdering people just to get by, you were an outlaw, and then you fucking die in a cave from a snake bite,
right?
and then
Well, it was eventually gonna happen anyways. You're on the run. You're
Is
living
that
in
how
the
he died,
fucking
a snake
cave.
bite?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
he-
fucking die, right?
died from a fucking snake bite. And what's he gonna do? He's all the way up in the fucking mountains. I mean, you should see. We can go there to the exact location where they found the body, and it's no cakewalk. It's a hike. You got to take a boat.
And where's that? Where do you gotta hike to find the?
It's towards Lake Mead, El Dorado Mountain, that area.
I'm with it.
I know.
So
Exactly.
was he like going up? Did he have a boat? Was he traveling by boat? Because I mean, how was he getting like up
Well-
and down like to Nelson and
Well,
all these
around
other
there
places,
it's all
right?
mining and stuff.
Well, by
so
foot.
there's-
Yeah,
by
There's
foot.
roads and yeah.
he was just
it's-
on foot, horseback.
It's all
or-
badlands
horseback,
too,
foot.
right?
Yeah.
But remember, they found him because the detectives in Las Vegas at the time, they found him because his tracks. Remember, he had a club foot.
Ah.
So the way he drug his foot in the floor, and when I say club foot, I'm not talking about like had a fucking wooden foot.
Yeah.
He had a disfiguration where his foot curved in.
Yep.
So it's like a club. So when he would walk up through the mountain trails, it would leave this long dragging mark along
One
his
footprint, one
footsteps.
drag mark.
Yeah, and that's how they found him. But they,
Fucking,
yeah, he died
he
of a
just
snake
cleared out a
bite.
nice path. though.
He did.
Learn to
Ain't
drive
that
the
fucked
balls,
up?
bro.
This poor guy lived such a fucked up life, and then they parade his body around for years, and finally somebody lays him to rest. I mean, you got to think like maybe up in that.
Well, El Dorado's the big. I mean, they still have El Dorado.
Yeah, El Dorado's
still
that.
going
That
on.
was the
the
is
fair.
that July? Is that was it June?
El Dorado days.
El
Yeah.
Dorado? Yeah.
I'm not sure on the dates, but I mean that's been around forever. I've lived here my whole life. I've always, that
Yep.
was always the carnival and the fair and
Yep.
all that stuff. And it used to be better when we were kids because they would have like a parade downtown. So I know that parade. And like at one point that guy was being like drugged through the parade, his corpse.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
That's insane. I mean,
And you know what? They
we're
held
here.
it.
We're here in downtown. So I mean, that El Dorado parade. Excuse my throat. Used to come up and down Main Street too at some point.
Yeah.
Main Street to Fremont.
I
and come back
remember.
around. So I mean, that dude's corpse was down out front of this building at one point because we're here on Main Street.
100%.
That's insane.
100%.
Wow, that kind of
Because we got to think this was the strip
Yeah.
back in the days we're talking about in the 1930s, 40s, 50s. This was the strip.
This was popping right here.
Yes.
Yeah, Main
So-
Street, Fremont, all because the plaza's right there. So this was the turnaround for like the El Dorado.
Yeah, but
thing.
if I'm not mistaken, when you get down towards, it was crazy. When I was driving here, I was driving by which used to be the old Blue Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Now it's an
downtown.
O'Reilly's fucking auto. It's crazy. I was like, dude, they're
I didn't even
erasing
know they
history.
fucking tore that down. The one with the blue angel, the big lady with the blonde hair and
Yeah, the Blue
big
Angel.
statue.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
iconic figure. Yeah,
I went to Bishop Gorman. I graduated from Gorman down here.
Oh, nice.
So I remember.
When Gorman was on Maryland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that's old school.
What year did you graduate?
2002.
Okay. Nice.
Wow, 2002, they were still over there? I thought they were already
Yeah, they were over there all the way up to like 06, right? 07?
I think so, yeah.
Because I had my
Holy
pizza
shit.
shop over there still. And I was doing the lunch there for years.
Oh, man, dude, I thought they
Yeah.
moved way before that. That shows you
I know.
I had friends that went to Bishop, so they went to Gorman.
I was, the movie Can't Hardly Wait and all those old.
You
know what I mean?
Dude, that's
That-
fucking hilarious.
All those old movies are, that's the time where I was in high school. So, it does. You would think that it was before then, right? Like maybe like early 2000s, earlier.
No,
than
it was
that.
like
I
I said,
graduated in
my-
95.
I had
so,
my pizza store until like 06, and
I'm
we were still doing their
old.
lunch there at the time. So it
Where
had
was
to
the
be.
pizza store?
We
I
were on,
remember getting pizza there.
no, it wasn't. It was we were on Nellis and Bonanza, and I just walked in there one day and I was like, "I'll beat your price. Let me sell you the pizzas."
Yeah, we used to
You
get
know.
pizza there. I remember that. That was like everybody's most exciting day of
Yeah.
the week when you got pizza.
That was us. We were doing the pizza there from like maybe 2000 to probably when they closed.
It's awesome.
That's
That's all that
And now
is.
the new school, we paid all of our parents' tuition, paid for the new fucking school. You see
Oh,
the new
shit,
school?
yeah,
You
dude.
kidding me?
Oh, the
my
new school's insane.
wife's
I don't-
work built that.
Yeah.
Like they're part of like that whole deal.
It's ridiculous. It's nice.
Oh yeah,
Really
they're
nice.
that's the Illuminati. That's the Vegas Illuminati. Bishop Gorman. That's what I always say. That's the Vegas Illuminati. I used to. I dated this girl. That her dad, her and her brother went, and they were like, he was like this crazy like all-state football player, like went to Oregon and all this stuff on the scholarship and shit. From Bishop Gorman, right? But they owned fucking. Her dad owned. God, I can't think of the name. Leroy Sportsbooks here in town.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like big fucking money. And so that was my introduction. And like all those names from like people that I party with and shit and all that stuff, they're fucking running this joint, like hands down. Like I like when I see them, I call them sir. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what's up?
Oh, yeah, the biggest, some of the
Respect.
biggest
Yeah,
people in Vegas.
it's like, whoa.
Well, there
these
was a
fucking guys.
ghost story at Gorman for a while because there was a female student that was killed crossing the street there. I don't know if you heard it when you went there, but remember the parking lot was across the street.
Yep, that's
And
where we used
there
to
was
walk
a
to get to
girl,
our cars.
maybe like 95 or 96, and she was a student there, and she got killed. She parked across the street and was going to school there, and she got hit, walking into the building. And there was people that, of course, urban legend, whatever, you know what I mean? But like, there was people that said that she was like seen crossing the street there a lot.
A lot
mornings.
of things happen. I mean, I lost 2 friends alone at that school. When
really?
I was there, yeah.
Wow.
And also, one of my really good friends just passed away recently, and they did a thing for him at the New Gorman. But yeah, as we were there, one of my buddies took ecstasy one time, just once, and it was the last time ever. Dead, done. But
The drug killed him, or something he did on the drug? The drug itself killed
Yeah.
him?
Oh, did he get like
Allergic
a,
reaction or
no,
what?
it must have been something else. It must have been something bad,
Maybe
something
not.
fucked up.
Too much.
Well, there
heroin
is
or
that
something
like
like
there
that.
is that like rare thing where like people like take it and they like overheat. You know what I mean?
Don't
Like
drink.
there's-
They dehydrate. 'Cause
you know,
dehydrate, so
yeah.
you
For
have water.
there's that like rare occasion where people like take something and I can't remember, but especially when it happens, it seemed to happen quite a bit with fucking ecstasy back in the day.
A girl
like-
in my school years ago took one hit off a joint and died. Had allergic reaction. And
Yeah, you never know, man. Well, life is weird.
I was
I'm a
gonna say,
Catholic
yeah.
myself. Obviously, I went to Gorman. I am a Catholic,
Yeah.
practicing Catholic. I believe in God, and I believe in. And that's really that. I go into a lot of things like. You remember that family in Centennial in 2006 who passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning? Do you remember the dogs, the husband, the wife, the daughter, all the pets? Everybody was dead. Do you remember that? It was
no,
huge.
No.
You can Google that, and I mean that's all over the news. Fucked up thing about it, and I'm not going to say her name. I don't want to say her name. I had a bad experience, which is why I don't do any paranormal investigating anymore. I will not. I don't mess with it. You keep knocking on the devil's door, eventually someone's going to answer.
Yeah, right.
And
You're gonna get that attachment, dog.
I did something, and I got something, and
I got Mikey for that.
2004 was it 2004?
Yes.
Okay.
It put me in the hospital twice, and it didn't stop until I went to my priest. It's a true story. Went to my priest. It finally stopped. And I don't think it's funny. I think it's, I got 3 kids. I was putting my kids to bed when I passed out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, so a friend of mine hit me up and was like, hey, man, I don't really believe in the whole paranormal thing. I'm a truck driver, and I got 5 kids. My wife's at home. She's saying somebody keeps sitting at the edge of the bed. The kids keep freaking the fuck out. I don't know what to do, bro. I saw you were doing videos, doing some ghost hunting shit. How does that work? Do you think you can come check out the place, or, So I asked him a few questions, tell me a little bit of history about the house, about the area. And it's in Centennial, right up the road from me, actually. It's weird because in the house to the right of him, I guess some guy beat the shit out of his woman and thought he killed her, tied her up to a chair, beat the hell out of her. And then he hung himself in the garage and killed himself. And then on the house to the left, there's an old lady who died very tragically of a cancer. But it was very horrific the way she died, not the way somebody should go out. So I thought that I didn't know anything about the house behind him yet, okay? So I thought, one of the two maybe, right? I don't know anything yet. I have my SB7 Spirit Box. I have my Sony voice recorder, top of the line. I have my cameras. I got everything. I got all my gear. I got a REM pod. I brought everything. Everything you watch on your ghost shows, paranormal and ghost adventures, I have it all. I went there, hooked everything up. The grandparents took the kids to get ice cream, and I went in there with my buddy's wife and mother, his mom. And
total setup deal, like everybody's.
Everything, cameras are set up, everything. I still got the footage and everything, but everything's. It's a private investigation, so I can't really show anything. But so I finally learned about the house when I got there because the wife was telling me a little bit more about it. And I was like, yeah, I do remember that because I'm paranoid now about leaving this, checking the stove every night before I go to bed because of that story. So I know that story very well.
That's crazy. That's come up a lot lately with me and my kids. I was just teaching my kid to cook, and I kept hammering in, right? Yeah. And then this fucking Momo challenge that everybody says isn't a real thing, but my kids are like,
it's fucking real.
My kids are like, no, it's right here. Look at this. And then I did. My son, my 6-year-old played a video that he watched, and it pops up, and it was talking about leaving the fucking gas on in your fucking house,
killing all your family. Yeah. So fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
My 6-year-old did seen the same shit. My 6-year-old is smart as fuck though.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, Daddy.
So can't they get to the source of that? Can't they go?
Well, the thing is like this is how lazy. Real quick, this is how lazy like the journalism on is it. They'll go and like supposedly they think it's just videos of that, but it pops up in videos, and it's only for like it's no more than like 15 seconds. Yeah. They're really quick little clips. So who's gonna sit through the most annoying shit in the world to an adult to fucking find, you know what I mean? And knowing these people, they're like, oh, we looked at the video where they said we didn't see it, because it's a small fucking clip. You didn't sit all the way fucking through it. I have my fucking kids pointing this shit out to me. You know what I mean? It's fucking creepy, dude. It's creepy. But this is what's even more creepy is the fact that everybody's, oh, it's a hoax, it's a hoax. Well, you know what? I don't want to say we don't. You know, you need to fucking freak out, but you need to like protect the kids and quit it. Instead of quit saying it's a fucking hoax, it's like, well, if it does fucking pop up, let's fucking keep the kids in mind. Like you know what I mean? Like, let's
100%.
protect the next generation. Like,
well, have you talked to your kids? I've already talked to my kids about it, and they said, Dad, this is something that's old. This is like from a year ago.
I remember seeing the face a long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that face a long time ago.
That's actually a piece of art. It has nothing to do with the whole Momo thing. Somebody uses that.
So somebody, but I've seen that face like a long fucking time ago. But yeah,
you got to talk to your kids.
Going on. No, totally, 100%. And my son told me, he goes, oh, Dad, he's like, we all know this. You know what I mean?
Years ago,
I'm not a dumbass, Dad. I'm not going to go fucking light the house on fire.
My daughter, who's 11 now, when she was like 5, she was watching like Peppa Pig on the iPad.
Oh, yeah.
And someone was splicing porn into it.
Yep.
And I heard it because we had connected it to the speakers in the car. You know, we were on like a road trip. And then all of a sudden it was like fucking like, you know, like a blow up. What the fuck are you watching?
Oh, my God.
My throat's fucked up. But my wife,
He had a lozenger
Yeah.
for that. That was he does his own stunts.
yeah, that was tough for me. But it took a lot of courage to do that. But no, but my wife grabbed it, and that's what it was on.
2019,
And someone was splicing porn into the, because they put the autoplay on. And like you said, it's the most annoying hours and hours of footage.
Totally,
You know,
dude.
and now they watch those like Fortnite
So
videos
now some
and all that
people are
other
like,
stuff, and
"Oh,
they
we
just
can
splice
fuck
it
with
in.
the kids. We can
Yeah.
just put it in with the fucking kids."
That's
Dude.
I mean,
sick
it's an old
though. Who
trick. It's an
fucking
old-
does that?
It's an old tactic.
No, it is. Well, here's one of the things: is that children are the most the child brain, I should say, is the most studied and exploited, as well as manipulated thing in existence. Now, human beings in itself are the most studied thing and exploited things, but then you get into its own subcategory where you're talking at a minimum, and it's way more than that now, but we're talking about at a minimum of $4 to $6 billion a year of marketing research, not just what's being used in marketing, but marketing research on how to fucking create brand loyal kids and predict future trends and fucking swaying, basically politics, basically votes, basically, there's a lot of that crazy shit going on out there. But, geez, I don't know where I just went off with that. I was going deep. I'm like,
No, it's crazy because we were talking about
flicker rate, dude.
carbon monoxide, and
Yeah, sorry.
but that's how I remember. And you're right, 100%, because that thing is going. That's the first thing I read about it when I was reading all the articles about the Momo thing. Was the carbon monoxide thing?
Oh yeah.
Fucked up thing about it was, we talked to our kids. Our kids know better. But when I was there, I didn't know anything about. I don't know the names of the people. I didn't know them. I just remember hearing the story, and that it's fucking sad.
Oh, the carbon monoxide one?
Yeah, the
The
family,
whole
right?
family,
Well, I just read the story online and said that the
13-year-old
Nevada Power cut the power off.
Yep.
So the dad put a generator in the garage and ran an extension cord.
the dad. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Put a generator in the garage and then ran an extension cord into the TV and a couple lamps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was letting the generator run. So that little crack in the door.
He didn't
was
open the
extension
garage.
cord. Yeah,
Hit
and he
it in
didn't
the
crack.
garage.
And he didn't crack the exterior door. So everything was just getting sucked in the house, and killed the mom, the dad, the daughter, and they had 6 pets.
Was that?
Oh, I said I've said all I gotta say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn the microphone. It's you're talking to the back of it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it did go all the way around.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just, psychology is one of my favorite subjects, and I just wanted to bring up a point.
This is.
I
Kingo.
didn't mean for you to turn backwards. You could just turn
Yeah,
the
you
microphone.
spin it in
okay.
the
There
dial.
we go.
There you go.
All right.
See this
You got a
one?
beautiful head.
Well, I was
You got a
talking to
beautiful
the
head.
ghost right
He was
there.
not talking it like he was like in trouble, talking in the corner.
What I was going to say is that a lot of people don't realize
I wish we had that on video.
the mental health problem we have in the United States.
Definitely.
There's over 10 million people in the United States right now with a serious mental health condition. There's approximately over 3 million psychopaths that live amongst us right now in the United States.
They're all downtown.
And I believe
Yeah.
those are the kind of people who create these Momo challenges. And even without the Momo challenge, there's a lot of other things out there that they slip in to our media, to our videos, and expose the kids with, because these people are satisfied with watching the world burn. They want to see the world burn.
Well, you know what's funny is you think of these people of like when you say this like there's these crazy people, you'll just automatically think that they're homeless. They're derelicts. They're over there. They're fucking suit and
Look
tie.
at Ted Bundy.
They're advertisers. They're
Look at Ted
fucking
Bundy.
doctors. They're lawyers.
Has
you know
anyone?
what I mean?
Go ahead.
A high percentage of successful CEOs are psychopaths.
Oh, 100%. Because
That's how you get there.
It's psychopath, sociopath. It's because that's one. That's how you get there. It's two. It's you're not
man.
you're
couple
you're
fucking-
looking at the immediate decision that's involved and not the ultimate consequence. You're looking at the ends justifying the means,
Right.
and you're not looking at like the. if you would, I hate to use this, but the environmental impact, if you will, or the potential blowback or anything like that.
Yeah, like the normal social thing.
It's like it's like okay, the Hillary and that regime was so fucking gung ho on getting Gaddafi out of there, which was going to help with the central banking and all shit, right? And then that led to like an overflow of fucking these ISIS so-called refugees, these people, these returning from war, fucking people going in, and it's caused fucking a slave trade, all this fucking shit. When they did it solely on the means of like what they needed to do right, or what they felt was justified for them right then and there, but they didn't give a fuck about what was coming down the line
At all.
You know what I mean? And that's done on business, that's done on education, that's done on everything.
Because
in between.
psychopaths are incapable of feeling empathy. There is no known effective treatment for psychopathy. None.
Put them in a fucking hospital.
Their
Leave them
brain lacks the function to feel empathy.
Did
Right.
anyone
Period.
see the? There's a documentary on Netflix.
Seen them all.
Abducted in Plain Sight.
I just watched
I've
that
seen
last
that.
night.
I've
watched
never
that
seen
one?
that. I
Did
haven't
you guys
seen
watch
it.
this
I
one?
haven't
I
seen
didn't
it. I
finish
don't
it,
see
but I was
that.
watching it last
You saw
night.
this.
Yes. Well, halfway through,
That
it was
guy
too ridiculous.
Is the most advanced level of psychopath I've ever seen.
The neighbor.
The neighbor. You know, I mean, you got to watch it. I don't want to spoil it for you now.
It's
You're
crazy.
not gonna spoil. I'll probably
Started
never,
watching it.
I'll
It's
probably
getting
never
fucked up.
watch it. I'll probably never watch it, dude. I
So
don't.
the guy, he befriends his new neighbors.
Is this real life or
It's
is
a real
this
story.
This is real.
Is it a real story? Or is it a reenactment or is this
It's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story, and they have the real players, except for the one guy because he's not no longer with us.
Unbelievable, but true.
You know, but he basically falls in love with their daughter, who was 9 years old at the time.
Oh, dude, I'm
And he-
already angry.
And he
I'm
divides,
already
like he
angry.
just
I don't
comes
even
up
like
with this
this.
plan on how he's going to marry her. And by the time she was 11 or 12, he had married her. He took her to Mexico and married her. But part of it was he just starts telling this family like these crazy stories, and he tells his the family, "Hey, when I was like 3 or 4, I was sexually assaulted by my aunt, and part of my therapy is I need to lay with your daughter while she sleeps." And she was 9 at the time, and they're like, "Okay,
Oh my.
you can go sleep with their 9-year-old. Just go ahead, just let yourself in, let yourself out."
Get the.
And he was
fuck-
giving her like sleeping pills or something while she was laying there. You know, and he was molesting her the whole time. And then he kidnaps her. He's supposed to be taking her to like horseback riding lessons or piano lessons, or it was in between the two or whatever. And he kidnaps her, takes her to Mexico, right? Drugs her up, and then he sets it all up to where when she wakes up, there's an audio recording. And it's like, "We're the aliens. We've kidnapped you. You need to breed with the man and save your species, or we'll kill your parents."
Get the fuck out of here!
Bro,
It's like
No bullshit.
It's
like
fucking,
Marty McFly, fucking.
Yes, bro, with the fucking headset. Remember?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And so she wakes up and she goes and gets the guy. He acts like he's sleeping on the couch, and she's like, "We need to breed and we need to save our thing. They're gonna kill my family and da 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 da." And so like they end up having sex. He marries her, and the FBI goes and gets him, and they catch him, and then backstory before he did all that, he had a homosexual relationship with the father, and he fucked the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he picks the dad
So
up
now
from his
all the
job.
memes make sense. Now all the memes make sense.
Yeah, so he picks the dad up from his
See
work.
those?
The face you make when you're boning your
Yeah.
like, but you're really boning your son's boning
Yeah,
everybody
so,
or whatever. Yeah.
So he
whatever.
goes to the dad's work, right? And he's like, "Hey, man."
I hate all this shit, dude.
He's like, "Hey, I'm having a really bad day, and I just need to. Can you go for a ride with me, like as a friend?" He's like, "Yeah." And then they go for a ride, and he's like, "Hey, man, you made my dick hard, and it'd be really rude of you if you didn't,
Fucking
satisfy
oh
me."
Jesus,
So the
dude.
tricks the dad.
You
and
know how
it's
many
like,
times I've heard that before
have
growing
you
up?
Really?
How many bodies do you think are buried in the desert somewhere from serial killers?
You know what I mean? And so he fucking gets the dad to give him a hand job, and then he tells
In the
the parents,
hundreds.
"Hey, I'll expose you as a fucking homosexual," because it's like the 70s, and the dad's
Oh
like,
yeah.
And they're
He's like-
Mormon.
and they're Mormon. He's like, "I'll expose you, and you'll be." So they sign affidavits saying that they
God,
gave
it's
him.
so easy to trick Mormons, dude.
Yeah, dude. So check it out.
Fuck.
So wait,
And
so it's one of-
Amish.
I grew up Mormon.
he has the parents sign affidavits to the FBI saying that they gave him permission to take their daughter to Mexico, and it's all a fucking misunderstanding, and drop the charges, whatever. And the FBI, like prosecutor, is like losing his shit. He's like, "This motherfucker," like he's like losing his shit in the documentary. So they drop the case on him. Then they let him come back around, and he takes the daughter again.
Twice.
Yeah, kidnaps her twice, bro. And like, fuck, it's just crazy. But like, so we were talking about psychopaths. Like, that's the craziest person I've ever come across. That's not a serial killer. Just to be so fixated on a little girl, you know what I mean? That he did all this other side extra shit, dude. He made audio tapes of aliens talking. He fucking tricked a guy into giving him a hand job. He fucked the mom.
The creative mind.
You know, to touch further on the problem of psychopaths is that they have integrated it into pop culture since a long time ago, since before we were born.
Long time ago. They normalize it since the fucking Crown. You know?
If you think about it, you look at characters like Batman, a hero, James Bond, right, another hero. People look up to him.
He was
you want to be like him?
Agent of the Crown, but still.
He displays almost all the qualities of a psychopath.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Highly sexual, excited by danger, no problem killing.
Yeah.
Well, no emotion when they kill.
What is it? The saying, be as nice and as gentlemanly as with everybody in the room, but have a have a plan to kill everybody to get your way out, or
Right.
I forget.
Yeah.
You know, have a plan to kill everybody on the way out. You know,
So the reason I bring this up,
it's a pretty deep thought.
I
but-
just want to make people aware, whether or not the Momo challenge is real, the threat is real.
Oh,
For
absolutely.
Psychopaths are real.
100%.
There's thousands of other challenges or whatever the fuck you want to call it that exist similar or
Hey, does anybody have a
identical. to
Tide
the
Pod?
Momo
I'm
challenge.
hungry.
Yeah, there's things like there's things that's done solely for the purpose of like fucking shit up.
Right.
I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, as a kid, like growing up, you know, breaking shit is more addicting. Even as an adult, breaking shit's more addicting than any fucking
I think
drug.
we go
damn
back
near.
to our DNA. Why
But-
do you think men are so different than women?
But you know, like some people get off on like fucking other people's shit up. You know what I mean? Like
It is. It's sick.
You know what I mean? And the thing is it's never like a long term. It's never like it's like they only do it for the kicks. Like something that like look at that girl. And I read the transcript, you know, and before I was like, well, it was all up to the kid. But that kid that committed suicide, you had that girl that was fucking egging him on.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
and I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? It was that fucking kid. He just had to shut it. But dude, he was so beta cucked on this fucking girl to where she could just start the conversation. So you're going to do it today? Is today the day? You're going to do it today? You're going to be a pussy about it?
Yeah.
And she just kept, and I was like, yo, dude, that's an evil fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then when the
Yeah,
dude
sick
fucking does it, and they're like, hey, we read all this shit. They're like, you fucking really did. And she's like, oh, no, not
How
me,
old were
no."
they? Young, right? Like
Yeah,
around
15 or something like that.
Young
had to-
teenagers,
had-
right?
No, you know what? At that age,
had to be below the fucking the 16-year.
you know what the
mark,
fuck
you
you're
know.
doing. If I remember when I was 16, like it was yesterday.
No, well, see, here's one of the things is us. Yeah, dude, I lost my virginity at 12 years old. I was stink fingering and fucking banging. You know what I mean? I was doing all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
I was dropping acid at 13 and stuff like that. But at the same time, dude, I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing, dude. Like,
Correct.
if I had anybody that was like manipulative over me, like if I had to, like, if there was a girl, if I had some big fucking titty bitch that came in, she could have had me fucking running all sorts of crimes, all sorts of shit.
yeah,
You know
of
what I mean?
course.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I was swayed. You know, I was easily swayed by, you know, sex at that age or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jim was just saying chemically influenced on that deal. And you know, that's the thing is like you have this kid who is, especially, dude, you get these guys in the fucking friend zone.
No, I'm talking about the girl. I'm talking about
No,
the
but
girl,
I'm saying
though.
the power of the
Like,
girl, the
fuck.
guy in the friend zone. I mean, dude, the ultimate power. She's getting a fucking dude to fucking commit suicide. Like,
I can
seriously.
see how he'd be confused. I obviously like me. I remember being like, dude, I swear to God, if a woman probably did that to me back, because I had a girl I fell in love with, and if she would have said that to me on a daily basis, holy
Sorry,
shit!
King O, I
At
didn't
that
know.
age,
Hang on.
you're right. So the girl, I'm saying the girl though. I know the girl's young, but fuck, she knew what she was saying. She knew what she was doing. Like and the guy, I mean, he's at that age to where. I don't know. How many of you were like, "Oh, I wish I was fucking dead" when I was a teenager? You know what I mean? How many times do you say it when you're a teenager?
There was
Like,
a couple
crosses
of
your mind
there
every
was a
day,
couple
for
of
sure.
bad
Me too.
instances where I said
because your dad wanted to watch the TV or
Yeah,
something.
you fucking wish I was dead.
I'll put the game on. But Dad, I'm watching Steve Urkel. You know,
the
I
only-
fucking
the only-
hate my life. You know.
I want to watch Jeopardy.
Yeah.
there was a couple of times where you have those bad moments and shit like that. But no, at a young age, when it comes, especially when you want the approval, you want the acceptance of another, or the love or the respect of one. You're very easily manipulative. But that girl, dude, she fucking, she was playing fucking God. With
She
that
was.
fucking dude. She was
Evil.
playing God with
Well,
that fucking
You
dude.
know, and it's like that abducted in plain sight. You have the worst case scenario played out. You have a fucking lunatic who normally doesn't get past the first level of but
What's
he's
crazy,
he's
it's always
pressing
these
the
people-
line. And you get this girl, she just kept pressing the line because she was getting away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And her whatevers are going off in her head. What do they call those? Your fucking...
The endorphins,
The endorphins are going off because she's winning. You know what I mean? She's playing this little game with herself, and she's going to the next level every fucking time he does whatever he says, and then he ended up killing himself. You know what I mean? So you have
Oh,
the
yeah, the
worst
girl,
case-
yeah,
You
totally.
have
Back
a
in-
gullible,
back in my-
naive, susceptible little boy, and you have an evil bitch. You know what I mean? Like, if these two don't cross paths, everything's good. You know what I mean? And she might play this with someone else, and it might not work. You know what I mean? But with him, it worked all the way to the end. So
Totally,
it's just
dude.
fucking crazy.
I used to do what she did to a lot of women in my past. I was,
As far as like
I
getting them
was
in the
just
sack,
I was just a lying piece of shit con man, dude. Literally. I mean, I was a sociopath.
Yeah.
just to get in the panties, or just
money.
in general.
Cars, places to live. Yeah. And that- I didn't have much of a conscience. I was drinking heavily, and I don't know, some of it was survival, but I got off on.
Yeah.
I mean, I convinced some women that I was magic, that I had magic powers, and
Fucking A.
I was a really proficient con man. I mean, I conned insurance companies and the government. I mean,
Fucking A.
That's how I was.
I just stopped
yeah.
lying recently when I stopped drinking a couple years ago, and my whole life was just, I victimized people, dude. I was a con man, and I never had love. I never loved anybody. I never formed real friendships.
What made the old what made you change gears? Was it an event? Was it something
actually,
happened?
I'm laying bleeding out of my ass and my mouth on the bathroom floor.
From drinking or
Yeah.
from
Drinking and popping. I was on Seroquel, lithium, Xanax, bars.
Is eating Xanny bar? Was this all recreational or is
No,
this?
these were prescribed, and I was slamming a bottle of brandy every night.
Woo! E&J.
Yeah.
Oof.
Jerk and jerk. Right out of the
Jerk and
pop the
jerk,
cork,
baby.
it'd be gone in 20 minutes.
Jeez, there's
savage,
no sense for this. Don't need this no more, right? Just chuck it.
What
Yeah,
happened to
dude.
my peanut butter lid, bro?
So I'm laying on the floor, bleeding out, dude.
Where'd all
And
the
I'm like,
Jif go?
I'm going to die a piece of shit. I'm going to die a lying piece of shit who never done nothing.
Wow.
And I said, no, man. So when I snapped out of it and lived through it, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this ever again. I'm not going to lie anymore. I never drank again after that.
Did you happen to take any kind of meetings,
Nope.
organizations,
No,
any
I'm
religion?
not religious.
Any
I'm
spiritual?
No,
You just here's the thing. Here's the thing is Penn and Teller did a good thing about this a good stretch ago, but I knew this long before. But all across the board, AA, NA, whatever religion, whatever Betty Ford, whatever all that shit, dude. Whenever anybody wants to quit, it's all off of their will, whether they need another vehicle, because everything only has a 10% success rate. It all boils down to everybody was like, I just fucking had enough.
That's it. I
had
I'm
enough.
not doing this no more.
Yeah, this is not me. Like, you just careen off of that. You whatever you were doing, you finally hit that, and you fucking bank, and you're going the other way.
Let me tell
you know
you.
what I mean? Like,
This guy right here, after everything he just said to you, right? And like, wow, that takes a lot of guts. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you what. Recently, I met him, but I've been dealing with a lot of fucking multimillionaires lately. A lot. And a lot of them bougie ass, stuck up, arrogant, think they treat everybody like shit. And I meet this guy, and he has been the best friend since I've, you know what I mean, to work with. Hasn't fucked. I think maybe I work better with people who have fucked up pasts I'll say it. Fucked up pass. Because they're
They
the
kind
real-
of
they're the
appreciate
realest
where they're
fucking-
at.
I was
They
a cowardly
appreciate the
piece of
moment.
shit. I was a piece of fucking shit.
Well,
Coward.
my kids
That's
and
what I
Wendy broke down
I'm
on.
not going out like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make beautiful art with this young man.
Yeah, and dude, the little
And when I have money, I'm gonna
Little
go
Eddie
back
that
to
you
these
showed me was
people that I
great.
hurt,
Thank you.
and I'm gonna knock on their door and I'm gonna say I'm sorry.
yeah, hey, dude, fucking put that energy out there, dude.
That's what I'm gonna do.
What
man.
happened last
100%.
night? I was sitting at home editing. Now our Mercedes got completely destroyed, so we're down to the one car. Now my wife and kids are at the.
That didn't
birthday
happen
party.
last night, though.
No,
Okay.
thank God.
I'm
So
like, man, we're just an action-packed
Yeah, I
life.
know, yeah.
We're just an action-packed life. It was last night. Too.
I didn't have nobody to call. I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I called Jim, and my kids are stuck on the Summerlin Parkway in the middle of the fucking median with my wife. And my wife had our 3 kids plus the 1 kid who was staying the night. So it's four kids. 4 kids stuck in the middle. I got a video I can show you. It's nuts. But anyways, I call him. He's there before I am because I called my sister and I said, can you please pick me up? We need to get there. We need to get them off the fucking road. We'll figure out what to do with the car later. And he was there before I was. And he took them to McDonald's, picked them all up, put them in a car, said, we're not going to keep you here. My point is he has been there. He's a good guy. He's every single time we've had a gig. And trust me, we have been busy. We are filming for celebrities. We're filming for business owners. We're filming. We did Walmart this morning.
Dude,
We're
fucking
busy.
a full schedule is a good deal.
It is.
Right? Yeah.
It is. But this
that
guy's
calendar's
here.
filled, baby.
Well,
It's
I
my
tell you,
partner, man.
I'm taking my chance, man.
Sociopaths are capable of redemption. As hard as it is, they have to find within themselves. They are capable of redemption.
I don't know.
It's the psychopaths you gotta watch out for.
Yes.
Kingo, I don't know if everybody was able to hear it, but Kingo was
Narcissists.
saying that sociopaths are capable of redemption, and it's true. I mean, because it's something that you have to recognize in the trait, right? A psychopath is just on a wrecking There's it's just a path of destruction. They're going through. It doesn't matter what's in their
I
way.
even got a fan club.
It don't matter
online
what's in the wake.
bashing me, women.
And it's always the fucking. I think a lot of the rich people here in
you-
Vegas are fucking.
You got your own page. You
I
got
do.
your
Oh,
own
yeah.
hate page.
Oh, man, I got a
sociopaths,
hate
or what do you
page.
call them? A lot of rich
Jim's
people.
got his own hate page. Hold
I do,
on, guys.
man.
A what? He's got a what?
He's got his own hate page over
People
here.
hate you?
Oh, big time, man.
Like on Rip-Off Report or something?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Really? You got a Rip-Off Report
Oh,
page? Nailed it.
Oh man.
You know, we're not. What we're
And
trying to do here,
the
we're not
thing
trying to
is-
get rich or famous.
Yeah.
The thing is, the women from years ago, they're telling the truth. I fucked them over, okay? But there's some dudes when I started business in the LED game that, because I'm always up front with my history.
Yeah.
And they took that and they're lying their asses off to now that I'm starting to glow up.
Yeah.
You know, they're slandering me, but it's not working because I'm still smoking weed with very powerful
Smoke
people.
weed.
here.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah,
We
Still
just wanna have
living the
fun,
life,
bro.
baby.
It's not
Still
an
living
issue.
the life, doc.
Yeah, weed's not an issue. Like, it's so funny, like, how people still make an issue out of marijuana. It's
Jesus
like fucking
Christ!
crazy.
It's all it was the government control. That's all. It
Yeah.
was. You know, but me and this guy right here, we love filming. It's our passion. So whether we become, we're not doing it to become famous or rich. I could give a fuck if a network wants to pick us up and it goes huge, great, super duper. I just want to have. I love the paranormal, man, and I take the
That's
paranormal
right.
and I love filming. I love
Me too.
filming. It's my passion. So you take those two together, man, you're living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
totally.
if we can monetize
That's
that,
success.
Yeah.
You know,
to be happy doing what you love.
Yeah, you're
doing.
already successful. The money would be
That's
a bonus.
awesome. Yeah, the
You know
money
what I mean?
just,
For
I
sure.
got 3 kids. You got to feed them, you know what I mean? So that's
okay,
great.
I was gonna say I know that,
But
I
I'm
know
not,
that
My
job.
point is,
that's not why we're doing this. I can
After
give
all
two
that,
shits
even
less
with the
about
Rip-Off
who
report and
the guy
my
becomes
past,
famous. I don't want
I've earned
everyone
the
to be
trust of
famous
some very
personally.
influential
I don't need
people
100
in
people
town.
up my
Totally,
like
dude.
millions
And I'm
of people up my
extremely
ass
proud of that.
knowing
So-
my business and taking pictures of me and Josh is eating a fucking sandwich today sideways. I don't need that. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Somebody said the other day, he's like a big time attorney here. He's like, dude, you're gonna become a famous videographer here in Vegas. You're everywhere. Like everybody all over Facebook. Like I'm working with the biggest stars on Facebook, the biggest
Because
people
we're not fucking around.
of Vegas. I mean,
Yeah, you know,
and I
you know,
could care
like
less.
as far as I've seen and everybody I've dealt with in Vegas, the least ego-driven seem to be the best, the most successful. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
they seem to
Absolutely.
they seem to be the ones like, yeah, everybody has their moment. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their moment of being like the scene darling or whatever they push out there. You know, they might be a little bit more remembered than others, but like the mainstays, like, you know, the real tend to be the people that you know, that everybody talks about. You know, in conversation stuff, tend to be the people that are more.
And that's what we're talking about. You got to stay
We're
honest.
watching a
Consistent,
couple
you
of
know?
celebrities
Yes,
as we
consistent.
speak just crumble.
Crumble, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nosedive.
It happened.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
I remember like Frank Caliendo when he had his residency here in Vegas. He was begging. There was rumors that he was begging to get out of it within a year because he just couldn't handle the lifestyle. Like Vegas was too much. It was too, you know. And I tell people that all the time. I go out, you know, I do the tours at the Hoover Dam. I tell people, I go, you get people. I have some friends that I've always hung out with. I've always kept in contact ever since I was, you know, from elementary school. But I'll get people to hit me up from elementary school that, you know, I'm like, dude, fucking 41 and you're hitting me up in Vegas now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know where I was going with that, but you live here.
It's
You live
weird
here in town.
how you used to mention friends in elementary school. One of my best friends is famous now, Ronnie Radke from Falling in Reverse.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he's famous. I mean, millions of followers. But you know, this is a guy who had a fucked up childhood, and he stayed with us, and he lived with us. We took care. He was my best friend. I got pictures of us as kids, and he won't give me the time of day anymore. Like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding
Really?
me? But that's not just him. It's every single famous person I know, except for Phil Collins and Def Leppard. Def Leppard, man, he is Phil Collins, one of the most amazing down-to-earth men you'll ever meet. Chris Angel, he's another one. Me and Chris Angel, before I even knew who the fuck he was, I was working at Luxor. He was residency at Luxor. We were real cool guy.
Grandbabies.
Oh,
another
grandbabies.
reason I stopped. You know,
Main reason.
Oh, okay.
the lying, the drinking, and the you know, the evil ways. I'm sorry, I
No,
apologize.
you're good.
No, he's showing
You
pictures
know,
of the
very,
babies.
oh, my daughter, I didn't show you.
My daughter, my kids, man.
Oh yeah, you got to show. His
So,
kids
yeah,
are amazing.
So you, how many kids you got, Jim?
4.
You got 4 kids?
Yeah,
All right, and that's your daughter right there?
yeah. That's Ashley, and let's see. Here's Jonah. He doesn't like me very much.
He just
Yeah, well,
You know, but we're working on it. I want to have a close relationship with him, but you know,
Hey, dude, hey, man, it happens, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was sons, right?
life is, dude. I've never met my
I
dad.
got-
I've never met my dad once. You know, like in my whole life.
he's
And I don't-
alive. And
Yeah,
you know where he is.
That I know of. Yeah, and I don't know if I ever have an urge. You know what I mean? Like I really don't care. Either way,
Well, he's a stranger. You don't know the guy. You know.
I've had a great life without him, so you know what I mean. Like I don't know if it would make it any better or anything like that. Like maybe it'd be good to know. Like, do I gotta worry about like
Eventually you're
Alzheimer's
gonna
or
want
something?
closure.
Like you know what I mean?
You're gonna
But
want closure. Eventually, I think everybody, all my best friends, my circle of best friends, my dad is the only one who passed away who died. I'll never get the chance to see, but all of them have. And I'm telling you what, some of them, like Brandon, Michael and Craig are twins. All of them, their dads have left when they were little, and then they reach, and you know what? Few of them regret it. Like they wish they never even fucking reached out or even found out. And the other ones they built that relationship. But that's a hard. See, for me, I think this is where you and I can have a conversation because it's like. I think for me, it's I would rather have that. I had a stepdad who raised me right after. He's my dad.
Yeah,
he's the only dad I know. He's my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have that question, what if, than know, like with my best friends, my circle, because it's weird. All of them, all their dads left when they were little. They don't know their dads. And,
Right.
Then to know that they're still out there and that I could talk to them and I could know, hey, why the fuck did you leave me? You know what I mean? Like, that's really hard to say.
You don't have any curiosity
I'm
at
not,
all.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard, right? It's like it's hard.
I think I've exhausted that like at a young age.
Sure. I get it.
But also like in self inventory, you know, like I was like I live a great life and if you look at like everything that was surrounding, like, you know, like if my mom was to try to stick it out with him, you know, he was physically abusive, and you know what I mean? Like, it is for the better, man. And I truly, honestly, I cannot. Other than I would like to know a little bit, you know, maybe a little bit more predictive. About myself, you know, maybe see like the prototype or
Absolutely.
whatever.
What do I got?
The
from
source.
him? Where do I get this from?
the model before
Right.
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
do you know where he's at? Or do you know?
I think he's somewhere in California, like Santa Ana, California. You know, but I don't. Dude, I have lived an amazing life. I've lived a fucking amazing life. Like when you look at, well, like if you were to see like if you were to like my origins written down on paper, you'd be like, oh, dude, this kid's fucked. You know what I mean? And you know, from just
You beat the odds.
yeah, no, totally, dude. I'm blessed. You know, that's why like every day, like when I leave the house, you know, I always kiss the wife, I always kiss the kids, I give them a hug, I always tell them I love them. I can't stop. I feel like I'm gonna ruin them to a certain extent. You know what I mean? But I was like, I'd let them know. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm not supposed to be here, and technically you're not supposed to be here. So
Right.
like, let's fucking enjoy this because, you
This
know,
is protocol.
I was flatlined, you know, but
Life's crazy, man. Like,
I'm still getting my ass kicked karmically because of my past, and I deserve it, dude. I do, you know.
no, and see, I got an ass whooping coming to me. I
fuck.
got a few of them, and I don't want them, dude. I don't want them. I feel like I've already paid
Over
up.
and over, man. I have some really wealthy. We know a lot of really rich people, and they fuck me and fuck me and fuck me. But
yeah, same here.
you know, I'm learning lessons and getting smarter, and you know,
Well, to live is to learn, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's the thing is, you were talking about, you know, like I'm not worried about money, and as much as I am worried about money, I'm not. And I just on the last, and I didn't watch the whole thing through, but I did happen to catch this little snippet where Alex Jones was talking on the Joe Rogan podcast, where he's like, hey, he goes, I'm not worried about money. He goes, the only thing about money, he goes, yeah, I like it to have it because you can do cool things with it. Other than that, he's like, it's all about my family and shit. And
Absolutely.
I was like, exactly, 100%.
I want to take my
That's
kids to Disneyland
Right.
and not worried about
coming back and if we
nice-
have a house or not to
Yeah.
come back to. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely. Like when I say I'm not worried about money, I think I mean I don't want a fucking Lamborghini. Now, if I had hundreds of millions, like a Lamborghini's nothing, right, to buy, so it'd be cool. But I'm saying like I'm not worried about that. Me and you are kind of on the same page. I'd rather have a fucking really cool RV
that's it.
and
That's
just
all I
travel
want.
across America, right, and go to some of the most haunted places.
oh, dude,
And,
it'd be fucking epic.
I did that on a bus, on a Greyhound bus, but not at the,
Ooh.
yeah, that was fucking creepy.
That's a scene in itself.
Yeah,
Is
it was.
that
It
a
was.
Neapolitan?
The English.
English?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Are you showing your dog?
Yeah.
Oh God, thing's massive.
Dude, I was gonna say.
Oh,
how
It's like
many-
a lion.
Dude, my
bro.
dog is the size of that dog's nose. You've seen Flurry.
Dude.
Yeah,
He's like, oh my god.
He brought it to the park.
like
I
a
thought he brought a fucking lion.
It's
like
the
an
only dog I've
18
ever had.
I was like, bro, you can't bring zoo animals to the park.
It's the only dog I've ever had with a bigger dick than me, but I love him dearly. So
What? I always think it's crazy when people like have these big dogs. Like, what do you like? How do you keep up with that?
Oh, dude, I had a.
it's a lot.
He's
man.
a sweetheart, man.
Yeah.
His dog's a
I
sweetheart.
mean, like feeding them, picking up their shit, like all that.
I had
stuff.
a
It's
bull. I had a
drool.
bull mastiff, and people thought I had a mountain lion for a pet, dude.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
We had a Doberman.
But it was the thing that sucked is the allergies and the drool.
The drool, the fucking hair.
Yeah, the hair is just it's wire and it just weaves itself into everything, dude. Like they're great, but like
This is my last dog, and you know I'm gonna
yeah, dude.
travel the world
Yeah.
because I'm gonna when we're all done with this project, I'm gonna do a documentary called Lie. It's just about lying.
Sweet.
About con men, about the media, both social and political. I mean, the media is run by the left right now, and they're fucking it all up, man.
100%.
And I'm gonna when we're all done, I'm gonna put a GoFundMe page out and say, hey, I want to do this documentary about lying and the effects that it has on.
That's like the whole. That's kind of like the whole angle on the podcast, and my whole angle is like a comedian and stuff. That's why it's called ThinkStopper, is because we are constantly being lied to. We're we're swayed one way
from
we're-
birth, from
Yeah.
from childhood.
No, and I try to tell people that. I go, dude, you want to argue, you want more money thrown in the educational system. I go, who says our education system is a fucking anything? All it's done is perpetuated the problem.
It's
I go, when you
cranking
look
out
at,
drone workers is what it is.
when you look at the history, you're like, holy shit, like you need to get away from school. Now you're starting to sound crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the
you're
whole thing. It's
100% right.
it's a
Yeah.
thing. It's the whole ThinkStopper mentality is like, stop thinking. You know, one of my favorite things, reading in learning self-discovery, but I come across a quote from Mark Twain as an adult, which actually made me physically cry. I say this all the time, but it made me. It brought a tear to my eye. It says, when you find yourself in the majority, it's time to stop and reflect. And I've lived my life by that, 100%. It more so, and then all of a sudden, like this, like podcast, like kind of manifests. It, physically comes in. My friend starts calling me the ThinkStopper and all sorts of stuff like that, and that's where it just kind of just ran from there. But the whole thing is like, I've always like looked at that like filter through that angle. It's like, dude, everything's wrestling. It's a work. There's a fucking angle.
It's not about facts anymore. It's popular opinion, and it's
yeah,
terrifying.
Everything goes
It
off
is.
of emotion. It goes
Look
off
at
of emotion.
Chick-fil-A.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but Cane's is fucking awesome. Sorry.
I'm not a Cane's guy.
I
I'm not a
fucking
Cane's
love
guy.
Cane's. Cane's is amazing. It's better than Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A tastes like shit. Their customer service, super duper fantastic. I love it. They're great.
I didn't see anything special
But-
about Chick-fil-A
Nothing
at all.
I nothing, but because oh my god, Chick-fil-A, bro.
Well,
We
it's
all
like,
gotta be
dude,
a
it's
Chick-fil-A.
it's like In-N-Out Burger. They're not that damn good.
Dude, all right, okay, I'll argue that. I love In-N-Out.
I love In-N-Out because it's nice and fresh. I've never had a Whataburger, so I can't. You know what I mean?
Smash Burger.
Smash Burger. I thought was
Smash Burger.
overpriced. It wasn't. You know what I mean? Like
We
whatever.
spent $30 the other day.
Yeah.
When we were
If
there.
you get see, it's always been gangster price. Here's my thing. I've always said, if you put a better bun on Fat Burger would have owned the world. Fat Burger with a
Yep.
Fat Burger
Fat
with a
Burger's
better
fries
bun.
are the best, and Fat Burger is the best. Period, hands down, my favorite.
Just
The
their
best.
bun lacked. Their bun was just it wasn't a great bun. It just wasn't. It needed a potato bun or something where
Potato
it was.
buns.
It needed to be more doughy. You know what I mean? More or
Yeah,
less. Just,
I
was,
get it
was-
100%
It
because
was
it
dry
has
and
to support
flaky.
the bun. I mean,
I
it
want
has to
a
support
quick
the meat,
thank you
right?
for having me. I gotta pee and I gotta roll up out of here.
No.
Do you need a ride? Thank you so much for
Jim, dude,
for
it was a
and
pleasure, man.
I would love to come back and talk anytime. And
100%, dude. We'll make sure we get all your information, all that stuff, dude. I'm gonna put this all out, but we'll be,
Jim's awesome, man. We're,
Yeah,
we're gonna
dude.
work together. We both have, I'm sticking with Tramontana Media. He's sticking with Westness Films, but we are one.
yeah,
We are working together, 100%. We just, I'm building my name. He's building his. We're together.
I've tarnished my name, and I want to make my family proud.
That's right.
Hey,
He's
dude.
gonna make
And-
his and yeah.
Hey, it's all about rebounds and redemptions, baby.
I'm gonna redeem myself, and I'm gonna give back, and I'm gonna love and live and be
About
happy.
to see something really fantastic. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. You guys have no idea what we have coming out. Nothing has been done like this before.
No,
Well, dude, yeah, you want to just do the official sign off? I know Mikey's he just exited the room and stuff, but we can. Oh, is it?
There he
No,
is,
I was
there
gonna
he
say,
is.
Jim's got a skedaddle, dude. So we should just wrap this up and make this official and sew this up.
So
and-
real quick, I just want to say, everybody, you can follow me. My name is Joshua Tramontana. I'm on Facebook. Joshua Tramontana on Facebook. My sponsor is the Centennial Wellness Center in Centennial.
Oh, yeah.
Danielle Buddha, chiropractor office. She's amazing, you guys.
I'm very big on.
Best
I'm
in
very
town.
big. I'm very big on chiropractics and stuff like
She's
this.
amazing.
Yeah,
the best,
no, so
the best.
I'm good to. I'm glad to hear about this. Actually, I want to probably maybe get
Reach out to
contact
her.
with-
There you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
Absolutely.
That's a good deal. But so go ahead and
Yeah, so
go ahead.
Tramontana Media and Westness Films, and look out for our show coming in October, Haunted Vegas.
Vegas.
Haunted Vegas.
I'm excited, man. It looks amazing, and the quality of the work and everything, the editing, everything look really
Thank
good.
you
Yeah,
very
the
much.
editing looks fucking fantastic.
you.
And like I was saying, like we're so low budget. I mean, actually, I'd like to link that or something, or maybe even use that on our not Facebook but our YouTube for this
Yeah,
episode or whatever.
I'll
Yeah.
send you the footage.
I'm still learning all this shit, dude. I'm still figuring this
lot.
stuff out. But
It's a lot.
No, dude, I'd love to do anything to put it up there because, like I said, that little piece that you showed me was fucking awesome. So
I did all that in one night.
Yeah.
I was
one
gonna
day.
say, yeah, that's the stuff that my kids all like. Ooh, Daddy, look at this. You know,
We're
so-
gonna
gotta
get
see
that
that
video
before you
back
go.
up real quick here. The one with your daughter.
Oh, wait till you see the actual footage. He was taking it from a cell phone.
Yeah.
Now, wait till I show you the actual footage. It's cinematic.
It's creepy.
I saw him today on Facebook Live walking around. He had a huge rig on him, and he's walking around in the Walmart pharmacy.
The
like doing
DJI Ronin. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in it to win it, man, and we're gonna be up there. We're gonna be on Netflix. We're gonna be all over the place,
Yeah.
and
That's
I'm just
amazing.
really, really grateful.
We just want to give you guys something you love, man. October comes, you guys all hear about the, and we're tired of reading the stories. We want to see
Dude,
what
that's
happened.
the thing. Dude, I would love to, whatever I could to help on this.
Oh, you're gonna be an actor.
Well,
You're
I was
gonna
gonna
help
say
recruit.
there's a.
I'm bringing you on
there's
board
a story,
for sure.
There's a story here that I love to share with people in the state of Nevada. The Pittman story was about the politician that died. And
I
they
know
put
who
his
you're
body-
talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
I
was
would
up in
love to-
Mizpah, Tonopah.
Right, and but then we had the I do a joke about this with all my tours, but we had the guy that just died over there in Pahrump, right? So it was the same thing. We had a politician that died before the election. You know what I mean? He dies before the election, but still wins the election. That fucking, there's
Yeah,
got to be
that's-
something fucking.
There's something going on there, man.
But mysteries too. We're
Yeah,
gonna
no,
cover
well,
it all.
that's what I was saying. There was the Pittman story is like a total conspiracy, but
We'll
dude, I
work,
can
we'll
see
work
Jim's
on it,
doing
man.
the
We'll work
dance.
together.
You
And
gotta-
that's the thing. We want to have. This is not like we are professionals. Don't get me wrong. We are. But I'm not gonna be one of those stuck-up assholes who. I want to have fun. That's all I want to do. I want to have fun with this. I want to bring people on board. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, this is my fucking project, and I want 100%. Fuck
create an
that.
experience.
Bro, come in, man.
Everybody
Let's have
can be a
fun.
part
Let's
of
do
it,
this
man.
together, bro.
You
Like,
know?
I want to have fun with this. That's what I want to do. I don't really care. I make money doing commercials. I just want to do this for fun. And like I said, if it gets picked up and we become big producers or whatever, super, man. I got.
So one last plug, one last time, Jim.
Yep.
Go ahead and get your information.
Well, my name is Jim Westness, and I am the founder of Westness Films, and my good partner here, Josh, Tramontana, and Tramontana Media. We are working on a TV show called Haunted Vegas coming in October.
All right, so is any social media where they can find your work, or just Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook,
Facebook,
at Trey Montana
Instagram.
Media.
Yeah, look up.
Okay,
look up
Trey Montana, all right.
Media.
Trey Montana Media.
And yeah, thank you so much for having us, man. It was a great pleasure. It was a lot
Oh,
of
dude,
fun.
I'm glad you guys were able to join us today.
Yeah,
and come on in,
definitely.
dude. This is great.
Yeah, we'll be
Thank you so
happy to
much
come
for
down
having
and
us.
talk man shit anytime. I love it.
All
Perfect.
right, hell yeah, dude.
And you guys look out for these guys on the show. They're gonna be working with us on Haunted
Yep.
Vegas for sure.
We got two top
Absolutely.
actors right here.
All right, there we go.
Kehoe the Indian, you guys are on it.
Nice.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank
That's
you, buddy.
that's us again. You can catch us on all social media. At ThinkStopper.com, Easy Bail Bonds.
Yep, that's me.
Trez Mala, over and out. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace. Love you.